नमस्कार। देश की सर्वोच्च पंचायत में जनहित के मुद्दों पर होने वाली चर्चा पर आधारित कार्यक्रम संसद संवाद में आप सभी का स्वागत है। मैं हूं प्रीति सिंह। मजदूरों के भुगतान को पारदर्शी, सुनिश्चित, सुरक्षित और तय समय पर उपलब्ध कराने के लिए वेतन भुगतान संशोधन विधेयक 2017 को संसद के मॉनसून सत्र में राज्यसभा में मंजूरी दे दी गई। संशोधन से कर्मचारियों को चेक या खातों में सीधे भुगतान की व्यवस्था की गई है। प्रस्तावना में नियोक्ता को कर्मचारी की लिखित अनुमति लेने की शर्त को भी हटाया गया है। पारित विधेयक मजदूरी भुगतान अध्यादेश 2016 का स्थान लेगा। विधेयक में मजदूरी भुगतान अधिनियम 1936 में संशोधन प्रस्तावित है। मूल कानून में सभी प्रकार के वेतन या तो सिक्कों या करेंसी नोट या दोनों में चुकाने का प्रावधान भी है, लेकिन कर्मचारी की लिखित अनुमति हासिल करने के बाद ही नियोक्ता उसे चेक से वेतन दे सकता है या उसके बैंक खातों में जमा कर सकता है। संशोधन में इस प्रावधान को हटा लिया गया है।
Sri T.K. Rangarajan.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. The Payment of Wages Amendment Bill, it was first introduced in the last day of the winter session, and thereafter ordinance was promulgated. Is resorting to ordinance route at all required on this issue? Ordinance route is taken to make the issue fait accompli as a supplementary drive to demonetization misendeavor, aimed to benefiting only to the big corporate and MNC in the digital service, credit card service, filed in every transaction, including the service charge, unlike the cash transaction. Originally, under the existing Payment of Wages Act, the worker possessed the right to choose to which mode. Sir, salary is my right. Salary is my property. I must decide how to withdraw that, how to use that. The right to property is a constitutional right. Sir, precisely that right of the worker consent has been snatched away by this amendment. While taking away the worker's right to constant mode of wage payment, the administration has been empowered to decide the sector or area where wage payment will be made either by check or bank transfer. Say today the organized labor is 7%. Unorganized labor is 93%. According to my information from banking sector, only 89 lakhs of people have bank account in unorganized sector. Crores of people, they don't have any account at all. They take their salary by cash. Wherever the government office is there, public sector is there, the banking service is there. But in case of unorganized sector, occupations, particularly in unbanked rural areas, payment of wages through check or bank transfer would create a serious problem for the workers, leaving them in the mercy of the employer, even the matter of getting their legitimate earned wage. Does this amendment bill have any provision protect the worker in that kind of situation? Unless such right to the worker is ensured, this amendment bill cannot serve the required purpose, and the objective I demand the worker right to consent or choice made, payment of wages should be incorporated in the bill. So I request the minister to consider and do change accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Sri Bijay Sai Reddy.
Vice Chairman, sir, I, on behalf of my YSR Congress Party and my President, Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, we support this bill. However, sir, I draw the attention of the respected minister to the clause 6 of the Payment of Wages Amendment Bill 2016. I just read it. All wages shall be paid in current coin or currency notes, or by check, or by crediting the wages in the bank account of the employee. See, in the earlier section that has been repealed and then this section that is substituted, the only difference what I could find is that in the earlier section there were a reference to 1000 rupees notes and then 500 rupees notes, and in this section it says current coin or current currency. That's the only difference what I could find out. Probably if there is any other difference, the interpretation what I could make from this is that even today, the payment of wages can be made by way of cash. This is what we have interpreted. However, I will proceed further, and there is a proviso to this also. I will leave everything, I will come to the last line. The wages only by check or by crediting the wages in his bank account. See, the proviso says that it is only by way of check, whereas main clause 6 says that it can be made, payment can be made either by coins, current coins or current currency. There is a contradiction according to the minister may clarify it. And further, in the last line says wages in his bank account. It gives an impression that it is applicable only to the male workers. Sir, secondly, 27% of the villages, rural India, villages in India have got the banking access within 5-6 kilometers range. If the intention of the objective of the act is to make the payment only by way of check into the or credit into the bank accounts of the employees, how is it possible where 75% of the villages there is no banking infrastructure? Therefore, I request the government to first create the banking infrastructure so that the act can be implemented more effectively. Sir, secondly, 90% of the workforce in this country are in the unorganized sector. So, I request the government to make this act applicable even to the unorganized sector workers also. My third point, sir, I really don't understand why the government has opted to promulgate the ordinance for this particular act. I sincerely feel instead of resorting to this promulgation of ordinance route, probably hereinafter Government of India may directly introduce the bill unless it is really warranted. So this is the suggestion what I could make, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sri D. Raja.
Sir, the 1936, the original act, section 6, talks about wages to be paid in current coin or currency notes. There it says all wages shall be paid in current coin or currency notes or in both. This act was amended in 1976 and it was inserted one clause, provided that the employer may, after obtaining the written authorization of the employed person, pay him the wages either by check or by crediting the wages in his bank account. Now we are trying to amend this act further. Now it says the present amendment, all wages be paid in current coin or currency notes or by check or by crediting the wages in the bank account of the employee, and provided that the appropriate government may, by notification in the official gazette, specify the industrial or other establishment, the employer of which shall pay to every person employed in such industrial or other establishment the wages only by check or crediting the wages in his bank account. Sir, while we are discussing this amendment, we should keep in mind certain other factors. Minister must clarify the position, whether it is applicable to only organized sector or it is applicable to informal sector, unorganized sector. If it is applicable to unorganized sector, then what is the preparedness? When you propose this amendment, do you think it can be implemented without bank branches across the country, without adequate number of bank employees? How you can impose this, how you can implement this? The other thing, if it is applicable to unorganized sector, there are problems. The agricultural workers want a central legislation so that they get identity, they get all social security benefits, everything. Now I am raising another issue, sir. Migrant laborers, sir. They move from one state to another, from Orissa, from Bengal, from Bihar. They are all working in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and several parts of the country. The unorganized workers, sir, they don't have identity cards, sir. And without that, how can they have access to banking system? You are talking about minimum wages. Do you review the implementation of Minimum Wages Act in different states at national level? Sir, Arjun Sen Gupta committee report said there should be universal social security coverage for all those in informal sector, unorganized sector. What is the purpose of this amendment? Pay it in cash or coin or bank check or credit in the bank. Where is the money? My simple question, where is the money? They are working, ensure their minimum wage and let the workers have money in their hands. Then ask them, you transact through bank. I can understand. There is rationality. And now without money in their hands, you ask them go to banks. It is irrational according to me. So I appeal to the government, I appeal to the labor minister to have a comprehensive approach. This ad hoc approach will not help the government or the economy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Sri Vasavraj Patil ji.
माननीय सभाध्यक्ष जी, आदरणीय बंडारू दत्तात्रेय जी ने जो अमेंडमेंट लाया है ऑर्डिनेंस को, जो लोकसभा में पास हुआ है, पहले पैसे को जमा करने के लिए क्वाइन या बैंक से या चेक से किसी भी प्रकार से जमा करने की जो पद्धति थी, उसमें एक छोटा सा ऑर्डिनेंस के रूप में परिवर्तन किया गया है। इस परिवर्तन में एक विशेष बात ये है कि पहले उनसे अथॉराइजेशन लिया जाता था, अब ये अथॉराइजेशन नहीं रहेगा। ये इसकी एक सबसे बड़ी विशेषता है। दूसरी बात जो मैं जहाँ तक समझता हूँ, ये पूरा ऑर्गेनाइज्ड लेबर के बारे में है और कृषि इत्यादि अभी तक इसमें नहीं आई है। सरकार इसके बारे में अलग से सोच सकती है। तो इस बात को लेकर जो अमेंडमेंट माननीय मंत्री जी लेबरों के हित में, एस्टैब्लिशमेंट के और इंडस्ट्री के हित में जो लाए हैं, वो सबसे उत्तम अमेंडमेंट है, जिसके कारण उनका पैसा तुरंत उनके पास जमा होता है और जहाँ जहाँ ये एस्टैब्लिशमेंट और इंडस्ट्री होती है, वहाँ पर कैश पेमेंट का बहुत कम ऐसा समस्या निर्माण होता है। इस दिशा से यह एक उत्तम परिवर्तन है, मैं इसका समर्थन करता हूँ। जय हिंद।
Madam Renuka Chaudhary.
Sir, thank you very much for permitting me to speak on this issue. While many people may consider this as a continuing process of the demonetization and its effect on the country, and the ruling government may pat itself on the shoulders thinking that they have actually going to get more TRP ratings because of this step that they have taken, it shows a growing intolerance and, unfortunately, an egoistic attitude towards the common man. For a government that claims that they worry about the ordinary citizen, this bill shows a shocking lack of empathy where our workers are concerned. What was the overriding compulsion for this government to bring in an ordinance despite the fact that Parliament was in session? First, they arrogantly bypass the Parliament and its democratic processes. Then they bring in an ordinance like this, and now they slip in this bill and demand that it should be passed and accepted. You take away the right of the citizen and the employee by saying that you will be paid only by check. Are you aware how long the banks take to process a check? How many days delay an employee faces in clearance of a check? How long does he have to do without cash? Sir, the without cash syndrome is carrying on even now. To date, as a citizen, I have no right to go to the bank and take out the amount of money that I want and the money that I have earned and I have in good will and trust deposited in the bank. The banks are making money on my money, but I have no right to access my own money. I am curtailed, my rights are infringed on, and the government continues to carry on this steamrolling of our rights. If an employee has to be paid by check, please give me the answers. How do you propose to do it in the unorganized sector? Where are your banking facilities? Do you have enough bandwidth for e-commerce and e-money? Are you able to actually access the citizen in the remote areas? In what distance are the existing banks? Do you have adequate branches? Do you have a method by which you will facilitate the citizen to reach a bank? Sir, in rural and cooperative banks, the saddest statement is people who get a posting in the remote area spend all their time and energy to get out of that posting and go somewhere else. Reality is, once in a week, maybe the bank will operate in rural areas. Do you believe that state governments actually play straight? Money devolved from the central government, which goes for payment of wages, is quite often not devolved monthly wise, but actually clubbed together and delivered once in 6 months. How do you expect citizens to live? Through you, I appeal to the minister. What you need to look at is paying by check partly and giving some part payment in cash. You can't, it's an illegal thing what this government proposes to do. If you take away the right of the citizen and then enforce a law which says that if this is not done, you will be punished. Who is going to take banks into accountability and ensure that the banks will cash in their check in an optimum time? Nothing is defined there. Who empowers me? Who looks after my needs? I have rightfully earned this money, and I should have a right to choose how I need to take my salary and how I wish to spend it. Thank you very much, sir. Jai Hind.
Okay.
आप बने रहिए हमारे साथ, जारी है संसद संवाद।
My major concern will be unorganized sector. Unorganized sector, which constitute 93% of the workforce. Approximately in the country, Vice Chairman sir, the 40 crore people are there. For agriculture worker to all other unorganized workers, we are going to give a U-Win card. A U-Win card, which will be portable, and this will give an identity card, and which is going to avail all the social security benefit to the workers.
सरकार ने विधेयक के उद्देश्यों और कारणों के कथन में कहा है कि समय के साथ प्रौद्योगिकी बदल रही है। चेक के माध्यम से मजदूरी का भुगतान या खाते में सीधे भुगतान की व्यवस्था से डिजिटल और अल्प नकदी अर्थव्यवस्था के उद्देश्य की पूर्ति होगी। इसके अलावा न्यूनतम मजदूरी के भुगतान न होने और उससे कम भुगतान के बारे में शिकायतों में कमी आएगी। सरकार ने यह भी कहा कि इस तरह के प्रबंध कुछ प्रदेशों में सरकार पहले ही कर चुकी है।
Honorable Vice Chairman sir, we feel that our worker is not only a worker, we feel that Shrama Yogi, and that he is Rashtra Nirmata. That's why we have got very sensitive toward the workers. The main purpose of the amendment, the exploitation of the workers is going on. Regarding the payment, minimum payment, and also cut in the payments, and there is no transparency, and there is no proper functioning. So that's why we have ensured the payment of this statutory minimum wage also. Particularly, I am stressing that all your members, which you are all interested, complaints of the social security. Regarding the members, they were expressing that why this has been brought through the ordinance, why it has been brought through the ordinance route. I only humbly submit to you that while I already on the Lok Sabha, I introduced the bill, and both the parliaments are unable to run. So that's why, because in this ordinance we have issued in the interest of welfare of workers. As I have told you that the complaints or enforcement regarding the payment of wages. This is very important. That's why in this session I brought to repeal this ordinance and make it as a act through this bill. I wanted to make it clear that I have got a very, very small insertion. That is, existing all wages shall be paid in current coin or currency notes or by check or by crediting the wages in the bank accounts of the employee. I am adding only this thing is, provided that the appropriate government may, by notification in the official gazette, specify the industrial or other establishment, the employer of which shall pay to every person employed in such industrial or other establishment the wages only by check or by crediting the wages in his account. This means including all the existing cash, currency, coin with checks and bank accounts. So that's why there should not be any misapprehension. As I have told you, this will improve the compliance of the labor, our laws. And other important aspects which many of our senior leaders they have expressed. This it applies to the organized and unorganized workers. लेकिन एक विषय पर हमारे आदरणीय सदस्य लोग बोल रहे थे कि हम लोगों ने वर्कर्स का राइट्स को लिया जा रहा है. Workers का we are nowhere we are taking away the rights of the workers. On other hand, we are strengthening and giving more transparent manner. It is going to strengthening his payment of wages, and that too the minimum wage. As minimum wage, our people are telling, in 11 years the minimum wage was not increased. This government, led by Narendra Modi ji, have increased the unskilled agriculture C category worker have increased to 42% in this year. And for the non-agricultural worker have increased to 350 rupees. And labor is under concurrent list. My limitation you can understand. And always from my ministry, many advisories have been sent. I have written many letters to the chief ministers, labor ministers. In spite of that, the proper enforcement mechanism is to be built. This government, led by Narendra Modi ji, have increased the bonus of a worker from 3,500 to 7,000 rupees have increased. And their coverage also from 10,000 to 21,000 rupees have increased. So minimum wage, bonus, and you are all well aware in this house, the maternity benefit, it is meant for all, women and men, all. There will not be any gender, this thing. But particularly in the Maternity Benefit Act, have enhanced maternity benefit from 12 weeks to 26 weeks. My major concern will be unorganized sector, which constitute 93% of the workforce. approximately in the country, Vice Chairman sir, the 40 crore people are there. There are 4 crore 70 lakh construction workers are there. So we have changed them from informal sector to formal sector. Now all the construction workers registration is going on in the country. All the states are in the line, and our ministry also, our EPFO, as you are telling about the BD workers. In BD workers, even the construction workers, we are enrolling with the bank accounts. Narendra Modi ji has specifically said that more concern should be the social security. But that's why we are coming out for agriculture worker to all other unorganized workers. We are going to give a UWIN card, which will be portable, and this will give an identity card, and which is going to avail all the social security benefit to the workers. This is one of the major change which is going to change. As you said, scheme workers, Anganwadi worker, Asha worker, midday meal worker, these workers also, we are thinking to get them into the social security network. After this ordinance has come, I have taken a review meeting, and I have ordered by all officials go to the states, and I am happy to inform you that all my officers have gone to the all states, have a review meetings with the state governments, and in which my ministry, we have started this banking account. 1,46,711 camps we have conducted, labor camps, in which bank accounts are opened in our EPFO, ESIC new bank account, 48,58,699 new bank accounts have been opened in this demonetization period. So that's why I am very happy to announce, I went to Assam, all the tea garden workers' accounts have been registered, and when I was there, approximately 1,80,000 workers, farm workers, tea garden workers, they were registered. Government can do it. So we need the cooperation of all the state government. Our enforcement agencies, Madhusudan Mishra ji was asking inspection and other things. And in this regard, Section 20 is there. Under this Section 20, anybody violates, definitely it will convict by the SAG up to 6 months. And whatever the other important issues which we have mentioned, I have noted down all your suggestions, and any necessary changes necessary, I will do it. I request once again to consider this bill, and as in the Lok Sabha, irrespective of all parties, wholeheartedly they welcome, they supported it. So here also I request you to consider this bill.
Okay.
वेतन भुगतान संशोधन विधेयक 2017 में श्रम और रोजगार राज्य मंत्री बंडारू दत्तात्रेय ने सांसदों के सवालों का जवाब देते हुए कहा कि असंगठित क्षेत्र के मजदूरों को न सिर्फ कम वेतन मिलता है, बल्कि उसमें कटौती और विलंब का सामना भी करना पड़ता है। उन्होंने कहा कि डिजिटल भुगतान से न सिर्फ भ्रष्टाचार पर अंकुश लगेगा, बल्कि भुगतान में आसानी भी होगी। संशोधन न्यूनतम मजदूरी भुगतान सुनिश्चित करने में भी मदद करेगा। मंत्री ने राज्य सरकारों से भी आग्रह किया कि वो विधेयक में किए गए प्रावधानों को अपने यहां लागू करें, क्योंकि श्रम समवर्ती सूची का विषय है। वेतन भुगतान संशोधन विधेयक 2017 में 8 दलों के 14 सदस्यों ने अपने विचार रखे। संसद संवाद कार्यक्रम के अगले अंक में संसद में हुई किसी और जनहित चर्चा के साथ हम फिर हाजिर होंगे। तब तक के लिए दीजिए इजाजत। नमस्कार।